this gonna be on the internet?
Yes.
Oh, I don't want that.
Jim, do it.
Stalkers and stuff.
Do it!
All right. Welcome to another edition of Room
3428.
3428.
It's Thursday. It must be Lisa Day. I know you're seeing me, but I wasn't seen last week, so I'm kind of excusing myself from my own challenge. So, the person who was at the beginning was Jim. He's a guy I work with. Someone who I actually also kind of modeled my next protector after. So, yeah, and Jim's a great guy. Here's a picture of Jim in his natural habitat when he's not paranoid about being on the internet. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff that we're going to do today. I've got some questions to answer, and before I do that, I'd like to show you a clip from this weekend as well, someone I think you guys might want to see, so enjoy.
So I'm having breakfast with Darla. What you doing, Darla?
We are editing Sear Quest for those of you that love Quest. I think you guys are going to like Sear. It's one of my favorites.
I like Sear too. Yeah.
But I like Hunt Quest even better.
I've been working a lot on it. I got to talk to you about that.
We meet the most lovely protector, and that's all I'm going to say.
He's hunkified. We're going to go now and we're going to talk about it because you can't know about that stuff yet. That was Darla. I thought you guys might like to see her. She says hello to everybody. MJ challenged us to find a picture and make up a different story for it. So this was a little bit difficult for me. I had a lot of pictures to choose from. So I'm going to show you the pictures really, really quick. I narrowed it down to 3, and then I'm going to show you the one that I finally picked, and I'll give you the narration for it. So here are the 3. Okay, this is my mom at Christmas. We affectionately call this Mom Giving the Bird. Then we have Darla at a writer's conference where we met Sherilyn Kenyon. And finally, random leaky staffers milling about in Times Square. Okay, so those are my 3 choices, and the one that I picked is the one that's coming up. Darla is dismayed upon discovering her force-field ray gun, cleverly disguised as a finger, has gone haywire, allowing the horrific lavender-haired zombie people to swoop down upon the gazillion-sold best-selling author, Sherilyn Kenyon, intent upon sucking out all of her creative gray matter. Sad panda Darla. Lizzie had a question. She asked if we could only have 1 magazine subscription or watch 1 television show for the remainder of all time. What would it be? I think that if it was a television show, I'm going to cheat a little bit because I can, and I'm going to say Star Trek. And by that I mean everything from classic Trek all the way through Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, even the crappy Enterprise, because that way I have a lot of shows to watch, a lot of shows. So hopefully that would keep me satisfied for the remainder of time. So.
Yankee games.
Clancy wants to make sure that he can see Yankee games for the remainder of time. Oh, and Bowling This Month would be Clancy's choice of magazine for the remainder of time. Precious childhood possession. I don't have a lot of my precious childhood possessions because I'm old and I had to make way for my children's precious childhood possessions. So that one I'm going to have to think about a little bit and kind of remember what I have in the deep dark recesses of my mind. I do have one thing that's on my desk which is pretty funny.
Baseball cards.
Clancy has baseball cards. Do you see a theme? This was something I drew. I think it says by Lisa, August 1971. And then I framed it and gave it to my parents in Christmas of 1988. I always love that my mom always has this really big beehive, and she's always taller than my dad. Psychologists say that means that she's like the dominant figure in my childhood.
Really?
There's a shock. But I gave this to my parents for Christmas. I'm really sorry, Mom and Dad. I must have been very poor Christmas of 1988. Sorry.
Right before you met me.
That is right before I met you. Oh my gosh. So I was poor because I was getting ready to move to San Diego. It's amazing how all this comes together. Alright, I got 8 seconds. No challenge or question from me this week. I love you. I'll see you next week. Bye. That's our story and we're sticking with it.